Good morning. It's a rainy morning, Tuesday, the 19th of December. Oh, how are we all doing? Nice to see a few faces. If you have a bolster, it would be great to grab that for your practice this morning. If you don't have a bolster, that's absolutely fine. You might grab some pillows or cushions or even a couple of blankets. And we're going to start. You can either stay seated or come to lie down. And if you're lying down, you might even like to pop the bolster or cushions underneath your knees. So just take these first few moments to arrive, to grab some support, a bolster if you have it, or some cushions. Sighing the breath away as we let go of the morning so far. Let go of last night, yesterday, and the weekend. Just bringing your full attention to this present moment, to the here and now. So letting go of all thoughts of the past and also not concerning yourselves with what's happening next. So anchoring your awareness in the here and now. You might like to say to yourselves a few times, breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. My breath grows deep. My breath grows slow. At this often very social and busy time of year, it's good for our practice to be quiet and slow, to act as a counterbalance. So let's see this morning if we can move very quietly, allowing every breath to be consciously inhaled and exhaled, and endeavouring to keep our attention focused inwardly. Breath, energy, prana, contained and concentrated within, not dispersed or lost outward. So building our internal selves, strengthening our reserves of energy, prana. Before we start to move, I'd like to share the words of a beautiful ancient Taoist meditation. I close my eyes and see clearly. I stop trying to listen and hear truth. I am silent and my heart sings. I seek no contact and find union. I am still and move forward. I am gentle and need no strength. I am humble and remain whole. Going to work to begin with a pranayama practice that we haven't done for quite a long time. It's a beautiful practice called Viloma Pranayama, and Viloma can be translated as interrupted or in stages. What we're going to do is work with Viloma in two different ways this morning to begin. So first of all, we'll be interrupting the inhalations and just a normal exhale. And then the second part, we'll interrupt the exhalations and have a normal inhale. Both of them have very different benefits and effects. So I'd like you to try both and then just feel for yourself which one you need more this morning at the moment, and then we'll weave it in as we go through some of the movements. You'll be able to incorporate that practice with the movement. So if you do, or if you're sitting, I'll get you now to come to lie down. If you have the bolster or any support under your knees, if you'd like to just shift that to one side and stretch the legs out along the mat. Just make sure that you're lying in a straight line, not leaning to one side. Just have a little bit of a stretch through the body to begin. So have your arms down alongside your hips. And on your next inhalation, let's sweep the arms up overhead. Having a lovely stretch from fingertip to toe tip. And when you need to exhale, slowly lowering the arms down. So 2 more of these, breathing in, arms floating up and overhead. And breathing out, arms float back down. And once more. We're going to step the feet up close to the buttocks, feet are hip width apart. So you can just check that your spine is in alignment here. And so we're going to start working now with Viloma, interrupting the inhalations to begin. We're going to break the inhalation into 2 parts. So if you haven't worked with this before, feel free to watch and then you can join in, because we're going to add an arm movement to it as well. So let's exhale all breath, tuck the chin forward, press the lower back down. And then as we breathe in, we're going to inhale about 50% of our lung capacity. So our fingers point straight up to the sky. We pause, and then we inhale the remaining 50% of the way, arms all the way overhead. And then just a long, smooth, uninterrupted exhalation. So the arms are coming down by your side. So again, breathing in about 50% of the way, and then pause. And then the remaining 50%, inhaling, arms lift all the way overhead. And a long, smooth, uninterrupted exhalations, arms float back down. Let's do 3 more of these, just in your own time. So inhale halfway and pause. Inhale, filling the lungs completely. And an uninterrupted exhalation. Make sure there's no tension in the face, the mouth is relaxed. 2 more. finish this last one, just have a little rest. You might sigh the breath away. And we're still working with this same practice, but now we're going to break the inhale into 3 parts. So when you're ready, inhale about 30% of the way and pause. Inhale another 30% of the way, pause. And then filling the lungs completely, arms all the way overhead. And an uninterrupted exhalation. So we'll do 4 more of these. So breathe in a third of the way and pause. Another third of the way, pause. All the way. And an uninterrupted exhalation. Three more. Last one. You finish, take a breath or two. Again, you might sigh the breath away and just reflecting on that practice, how you're feeling. So now we're going to work with the second stage, or the second part of this practice, which is to interrupt the exhalation. It has quite a different effect, quite different benefits for us. So let's see how we go with this one. So first of all, we're interrupting the exhalation in 2 parts. So when you're ready, we'll have a normal uninterrupted inhalation. So arms lift all the way up overhead. And then we exhale 50% of the way and pause. And then the remaining exhale all the way down, pause empty. So an uninterrupted inhalation. Exhale 50% of the way and pause. The remaining exhale breath all the way down, pause empty. So 3 more. Exhale 50% of the way, pause. Lowering the arms all the way down, pause empty. Keep going. When you finish, again, have a resting breath or 2, and then we'll work with the final stage where we break the exhalation into 3 parts. So normal inhale. So when you're ready, breathing in, lifting the arms up and overhead. And then exhaling 30% of the way and pause. Another 30% of the way, pause. Completely emptying the lungs, pause empty. So 4 more of these, inhale. Exhale 30% of the way, pause. Another 30, pause. All the way, pause, empty. 3 more. When you finish, again, take a resting breath or two. And just reflecting on that version of Viloma and which one you feel is most appropriate for you this morning. So when we come up to stand in a moment and we weave it into our movement again, you can choose to either be interrupting the inhalations or the exhalations. So let's now draw the knees in towards the chest, cross your feet at the ankles, a hand on each knee, and making some little circles now on the floor with your lower back. Good, and then cross the legs the other way and circling in the opposite direction. And then we'll just carefully roll over to one side, and we're going to make our way up into a standing position. So just take your time, no hurry. And clearing everything off your mat, standing into Tadasana. Let's just rock back and forth on our feet. So onto the balls of the feet and then the heels. Good, and then perhaps a little bit from side to side. Find your center, resting the hands over your heart center. You might like to close the eyes for a moment or just have a soft downward glance. And again, you might like to say to yourselves a few times, breathing in, my breath grows slow. Breathing out, my breath grows deep. Breathing in, my breath grows slow. Breathing out, my breath grows deep. Just gently release the arms down. So we're going to work with an arm movement and again Viloma. So you're going to choose whether you're interrupting the inhalation or the exhalation in 3 parts. So that second way. So breathing in a third of the way or exhaling a third, then another third, then the final third. So let's exhale all breath to begin. And you'll be working in your own time with this. So breathing, beginning, and we're going to take the arms all the way up overhead. And exhaling. We'll do 5 of these. So continuing in your own time with your own breath. Finish. Again, take a breath or two, roll the shoulders back. Sighing the breath away. No hurry if you're still going. Take your time. All right, when you are ready, we're going to step the feet just a little wider apart, and we're going to work with the Tibetan yoga breath again with Viloma. So either interrupting the inhalations or the exhalations. So turn to look towards our left fingers. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in. So you're working with your own breath now. And breathing out. And then you turn to the right and continue. Let's do one more to each side. Finish, come back to center. Take a deep breath in. And sigh away. All right, let's bring the feet back hip width and we'll work with Kati Chakrasana. So just make sure you're not going to bump into anything. Wrapping the arms around the waist, turning to look over the shoulder. Letting the arms be free, loose. And then taking the arms up to shoulder height. And all the way up overhead, looking up, stretching up. Good. Back to shoulder height. And back around the waist, bringing the head back to center, letting the arms slow down. Again, another deep breath in. Side away. And we'll do 3 stale air removers. So legs a comfortable distance apart. Deep breath in, stretch the arms up. And then blowing the breath out through the mouth. So 2 more of these. Inhale, come all the way up. And let it all go. And last one. Just staying forward for a moment. You can have the legs straight or bent here, perhaps little gentle bounces as you bounce over to one leg, one foot. And then over to the other side. And back to center. And then let's slowly, slowly start to come up. Lift the shoulders up towards your ears and roll the shoulders down the back. Let's do that a few times. So shoulders come forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. One more. All right, feet hip width. Bring the hands into prayer. We'll do a few rounds of circle of joy. So when we're ready, we'll inhale, interlacing the fingers, raising the elbows. And as we exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up, press down through the feet. And exhale, let the arms float down, interlacing the fingers behind. Breathe into the heart and lift the arms up. Inhale, palms touch. And exhale. Again. Rounding the back. Inhale, stretching up. And let the arms float down. Interlace your fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other and lift the arms. Inhale, palms touch. And exhale. Raise the arms up. Breathe into the heart, lift the arms up. Inhale and exhale. Let's add a lateral stretch and a forward fold. So breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. So leaning over to the left. You can separate the arms if that's better for your shoulders. Come back to center and to the right. to center. Let the arms float down, interlace the fingers, breathe into the heart, and then come into a forward fold, legs bent or straight. Slowly coming up, bring your palms to touch. And exhale. Let's do one more of these. So leaning over to the left, to center, to the right, to center. Exhaling. Interlace your fingers, breathe into the heart, and folding forward. Exhale. And take a breath or two here. I'd like to close the eyes for a moment. And again, come back to those words, breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. Gently release your arms. Let's just have a little bend in the legs, take the hands onto your thighs, and we'll just work with a standing cat. Do it sideways. So as we exhale, we're rounding the back. And as we breathe in, chest forward, shoulders back, hip the face soft. So exhale, we round. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, we round. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do a few more. Go at your own pace. You can keep it really slow, or you might speed it up if that feels better this morning. Listening to your body. Good. And gently release. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. All right. I'm going to work with a flowing Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So come to the backs of your mats and we'll step the right leg forward. So both feet are facing forward, your hips are square, the legs are straight, and then just dropping your arms down alongside you. So relax the shoulders. Let's exhale all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're going to bend that right leg and just bring the arms up to shoulder height. Keep the wrists floppy, fingers are sort of dangling down. And then as we exhale, we're just turning the palms over. So they're soft palms, like a little cup with your hands. On the next inhale, we take the arms out to the side, lifting and opening the heart. And as we exhale, we lower the arms and straighten the right leg. So breathing in, arms come up in front, wrists are floppy, fingers point down. Breathing out, soft palms facing up. Inhale, take the arms out to the side. And exhale, release. So let's do 3 more of these. Breathing in, And breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms out wide. And exhale. Last one. Step the feet together. Walk on the spot. And then we're going to do the same with the left leg forward. So hips are square, both feet facing forward, arms down by your side, shoulders relaxed, the heart is open. Let's exhale all breath. So breathing in, bend the left leg, bring the arms up in front, wrists are floppy, fingers point down, and exhale, soft palms facing up. Inhale, arms out wide, and exhale. So 4 more of these. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and out. Last one. Step the feet together. All right, let's have a go at Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So taking the legs wide, turning the left toes around, right toes in a little bit, shoulders relaxed. And then when we're ready, inhale, raising the arms to shoulder height, turning to the left. And as we exhale, bending the left leg. We don't want to be leaning over to this left side though, so imagining someone's gently tugging you back by your right wrist, the shoulders are dropping down, and we're gazing along that left middle finger. Any issues with the shoulders, you can always rest your hands on your hips or even just the back arm. Keep the left arm straight. And breathe, pushing back into the outer edge of that right foot. We're going to move from here into Dancing Warrior. So when we're ready, we'll inhale, turn that left palm over and exhale, windmill the arms backwards. Inhale back into Warrior 2 and exhale. Turn the legs around And breathing in, raise the arms, turning to the right and bending the right leg. So again, option to rest the hands on your hips or the back hand. Otherwise, we're gazing along that right middle finger, just softening the shoulders. Imagine we're gently being tugged back by our left wrist. Soft face, relaxed mouth. And breathe. And then moving into dancing warrior. Inhale, turn the right palm up, and exhale, windmill the arms back. Breathing into that right side of the torso. And inhale back into warrior two. And exhale. Good. Release your legs. Come back into Tadasana. Hands back over the heart. You might like to close the eyes. Breathing in, my breath grows slow. Breathing out, my breath grows deep. Let's work with a little balance now, one of Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful movements. So hands will be onto our hips. Our feet are quite close together. We're going to start off with the weight in the left foot, and as we breathe in, pick up the right, lengthening up through the crown top. And as we exhale, we're straightening that right leg, bending it in as we inhale and lowering as we exhale. So other side, breathe in, breathe out. Bend the leg and lower. So we'll do 4 more to each side. Linking the movement with your breath. Ensure the shoulders are staying relaxed. Clenching the teeth. Release your hands and take a breath or two. Let's work with our flowing bird. Feet are hip width. And as we breathe in, we're going to raise the arms up overhead.
And exhale, bend the legs, brush your fingers along the mat. Legs can stay bent or straight, arms come up behind. And then inhale, coming all the way up. And lowering your arms by your side. So we'll do a few more of these. Now, the next time we come into the forward fold, we're going to stay there and let the arms dangle down to the floor. Take the hands forward, walk your feet back, and find yourself in down face dog pose. If you need a rest at this point, please feel free to come down onto your knees. And we're going to move straight into supported child pose. So if you've got your bolster or some cushions, you can grab those and come into that beautiful resting position. Otherwise, we'll hold dog. Keep the breath flowing. When you've had enough of dog, just gently lowering your knees. And as I mentioned, grabbing that support if you have it, sliding it between your upper thighs, and we'll come forward over the bolster, head to one side, resting into supported child. I'd like to close the eyes. Just letting go. Gently lifting the head up and turning the head the opposite way.
Slowly start to come up. Just pop that support out to the side. We'll use it again in a moment. We're going to swing ourselves around and come to lie down onto our backs in a semi-supine position. So feet step close to the buttocks. Again, check that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. Your arms are down alongside you. Tuck the chin forward. So we're going to come back to Viloma Pranayama now as we work with bridge, a flowing bridge. And again, you have the option of interrupting the inhalations or the exhalations in 3 parts. So we'll work with this for perhaps a few minutes, continuously. And then we're actually going to come into a supported bridge pose using the bolster. So let's exhale all breath. And then if you haven't done this with me before, you can watch. I'm interrupting the exhalations. So we breathe in, we're lifting up into bridge, and the arms are lifting all the way up overhead because I'm not interrupting the inhale. And then exhaling 30% of the way, pause. Another 30% of the way, pause. And then completely emptying the lungs, pause, empty. So continuing, you're either interrupting the inhale or the exhale as I am. So finish the one you're on and just work with 2 more rounds. When you finish, just bring the knees into the chest and rocking a little bit from side to side. All right, so again, we're going to grab our bolster or our support, and legs are bent. We're going to slide this support underneath the buttocks. So coming into supported bridge, which looks something like this. Arms are down alongside you, or you could perhaps stretch the arms overhead if that's you've got the opening in the shoulders, just wherever's comfortable for your arms. Make sure that the back of the neck is long. You might choose to close the eyes. I'm going to try and stay here for about 5 minutes, but if you become uncomfortable at any point, feel free to just slip that support out from underneath you and rock from side to side. Just allowing the breath to come and go now without any sense of control. Let it find its own natural rhythm. While you're resting in this position, I'd like to share with you a passage that I read many years ago in the Age newspaper, and I loved it. I've kept it. It's about Albert Einstein's love of silence and the importance for all of us to prioritize time for reflection and solitude. Einstein didn't like any kind of phone. Much of his day was spent in silent reflection, save short breaks to discuss ideas with his assistants or to indulge in his passion for music. He loved playing violin. He gave strict instructions to his wife and secretary that disturbances were to be kept to a minimum. Sometimes he would feign being sick to ward off visitors. When he went out, he often took quiet walks with his assistants or his close friends. There's a hallowed tradition of great thinkers seeking solitude, from Gautama Buddha, who meditated for many days near a tree until he found enlightenment, to Henry Thoreau, who practiced self-reliance in an isolated cabin on Walden Pond. Today we are in the midst of a global experiment with instantaneous interconnection. Save isolated wilderness areas, now almost anywhere in the world, solitude has become a choice, not a necessity. Yet, to support creative thinkers who might sometimes need time for reflection, we need to maintain the option of periods of disconnection. Our society is fortunate that it has so many opportunities for people connecting electronically. However, following Einstein's lead, we need to offer space for solitude and self-reflection as well. The off button must always be there as a choice. Just another couple of minutes here. Slowly preparing to release from this pose. Just take your time, there's no hurry. So just lift yourself up, slide the bolster or pillows out of the way, and just lying down on the mat, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourselves a lovely hug. And then on the next inhalation, let's raise the legs up to the sky, lifting the arms up and overhead. Push the heels up, toes back towards you. And as you exhale, draw the knees in. You might lift the head if that's okay for your neck. So breathing in, lower the head, legs up, arms overhead. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, this time you might take the legs wide apart. And exhale, draw in. So 2 more of these, legs wide or hip width apart. Whatever feels good for you this morning. And draw in. Last one. Good. Now we're going to move into a twist. So for a stronger twist, you know the feet are in the air. For a gentler twist, let's bring the feet down onto the mat. Arms at shoulder height, palms facing up. Deep breath in. And then we're lowering the knees over to the right side. If your feet are in the air and you want to take this a little bit further, you might try straightening the left leg and seeing if you can hold onto your foot with your right hand. And perhaps turning to look towards your left fingers and breathe. And try to soften here. Good, bend the left leg in if it's straight, come back to center and knees over to the left side. So again, you might want to try straightening that right leg, seeing if you can hold on to the foot and perhaps turning to look towards your right fingers, relaxing that right shoulder, mouth, skin of the face soft, and breathe. Bend the leg in if it's straight, come back to center. Give yourselves one last hug, a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. You might like to pop the bolster or some support under the backs of your knees. Make sure that you are warm, that you are comfy. If you wear glasses, you might pop those to one side. Sighing the breath away. Settling down. Just allowing the feet to fall out to their sides. Legs apart, your arms down alongside you, palms facing upward, your fingers lightly curled. The eyes closed. And just letting go of any remaining fatigue, tension, stress with the out breath. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath grows slow. Sharing the words of the ancient Taoist meditation with you once again. I close my eyes and see clearly. I stop trying to listen and hear truth. I am silent and my heart sings. I seek no contact and find union. I am still and move forward. I am gentle and need no strength. I am humble and remain whole. Very, very gently now. Start to deepen the breath. And become aware of your room small. Bringing your attention back into your physical body. Wriggling fingers and toes. I'd like to stretch your arms up above your head. Just have a lovely stretch. Release. Quietly rolling over to one side. When you feel ready, without rushing, making your way up into a comfortable seated position. We'll close our practice this morning with 3 Oms. If you'd like to bring the hands together into Namaskar Mudra at the heart space. Nice tall spine. Just relax your shoulders, softening the face. And let's exhale all breath. Breathing in. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for a beautiful year together, another year. Wish you all a wonderful, peaceful, happy Christmas and summer season. And thank you so much for joining me throughout this year. Love to you all, and I'll keep in touch. Bye.